Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cherry the Geek TV. I'm Joe Vanourney. We are joined today by Lucy Davis and James Patrick Stuart, who are two of the stars of the Disney Channel's new upcoming series, The Villains of Valley View. Lucy, James, welcome to Cherry the Geek TV.
Thanks, Joe.
I was wondering if you could both give us a sense of what the series is and who you play in it.
James, go.
It's a fish out of water story about a family of supervillains who are forced to go into hiding. They choose a little town called Valley View, Texas, and they set up shop trying to save the family from destruction by their evil boss, who's looking for them through the series. And the hilarity that ensues. I play. He calls himself Vic, but in reality, he's known as Kraniac, a supervillain. And Lucy plays Eva, also known as Surge. Yeah. What do you think, Lucy?
I have electrical powers, so we can manipulate things electrically, whether that's to fix a toaster or really cause quite a lot of harm to someone, Joe.
And what's great about it is that we have these fabulous outfits designed by the same costume shop that does all the Star Wars movies. But we also have great jokes written by Chris and Brian, our executive producers. And it's a multi-cam, which is very familiar to those people who've been watching comedies on Disney for a while, except what's nice about this one is that the comedy is actually quite edgy. So I think it's actually the demographic is going to skew. You're going to realize that people, older and older folks are going to be like, those jokes are actually really clever. And I have a feeling we're going to start hooking people in. The entire family is going to want to sit around and watch this one, which makes me very happy.
I was going to ask you about the costumes. Did you two get any input into the design of the costumes? Did they put it through iterations, or did they just give you the final costume and say that this is it? And what did you think of it the first time you saw it?
I mean, I don't know if anyone else did, but I didn't have any. I don't think we had any input in it and what it looked like. But the process of getting the costume began with this 360-degree photograph of us in underwear, which is always fun. And it was you stand in one spot. They tell you stand here, do this, and then there's over 300 cameras taking a photo of you in 1 second. So from that, they can get exact measurements to make, and then we would have various fittings along the way, and pinnings and everything. And I was like, I can't breathe. And you need several people to help put it on. And then when you're acting in it, I know both Izzy and I request from the director that we don't move much in the scene because you can. I actually love wearing them, but it changes the day. It's not so easy. It's not so free.
It is an ordeal. Aside from having your picture taken in underpants by 400 Nikon cameras at the same time. I also had to follow John Cena, by the way, so that was fun. He went in the contraption before I did, so I felt like a schmuck. But the good news is that they do have this. They model the costume to an absolute model of you. So by the time you put the costume on, it really fits you like a glove. At least mine does. I wouldn't want to fight bad guys in it for real. But it does look really spectacular.
No, you can't move really in it. I don't know how. Now, James was saying that when you watch a superhero or whatever movie and you see people in all these costumes, you're like, that's not real because you can't do anything in it.
No way he's anything.
Let's see who breathes the most, and that's the winner.
Well, we are almost out of time. Before we go, though, Lucy, I want to ask you, I understand that not only are you playing a supervillain on screen, but behind the scenes, you are the instigator of many pranks, practical jokes. You play innocent. You're like, I'm just going to film this with my phone, and you do it. But you're the instigator, aren't you? Talk about your pranks.
I have. I mean, oh my God, I love them all so much. Yes, I have set them up to fail on several times. Yes, Joe. I got. Are you thinking of the one I put on Instagram where I suggested to Caden that it would be hilarious to go into Reeve's dressing room and steal these vast things he had of not What's-Its, what they call Cheez-Its and gum, and hide them somewhere. And I suggested she hide them in Izzy's dressing room so it would look like Izzy had stolen them. And and then I put that on Instagram. So then Reed went, right, I need to do something back. So then I suggested. So it just kind of went on and on. It was really fun though. Also good for character, Joe, don't you think?
Has she gotten you, James?
Yeah, of course she has. She's unstoppable. I think she's waiting to put a lot of this stuff out. Once the show's out, she'll probably put it out online. Right now, it's a little premature, but yeah, she's definitely.
I
thought I was
lure people into my web,
yeah.
So that they believe that they're immune by confiding in them what I'm doing to others.
Yeah.
So that they think, but also I very much like to tell someone I did it on a job. I did it on Shaun of the Dead with an actor once where I said, I will get you by the end of this job, because he said, no one will ever get me. And I went, then I'll tell you that I'm planning it. I will warn you, fair warning. And I still got this guy, and I played the tape at the rap party.
There's a lot of screaming in the hallways.
Well, that's good. Not only do we have the show to look forward to, but we can look forward to some behind the scenes pranks that'll be posted after the show premieres. The show's called The Villains of Valley View. Premieres on June on the Disney Channel. Lucy and James, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's me, Amy. Just your average girl. This is my brother Jake. He has some strong qualities. Well, I also have a younger brother, Colby.
What up, fam?
He's going through changes. Okay, but my parents,
This is how we're gonna spend our weekends. This is what ordinary families do.
they're shockingly typical. For the Maddens, just your normal, wholesome, good family.
Aside from wanting to take over the world, just like everybody else.
We're just trying to fit in, and it's totally working. Right?
Everyone just act normal.
The Villains of Valley View premiere event Friday, June 3rd on Disney Channel.